Working for the weekend, then I wanna see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show.
All right, everybody, welcome to the program. This is a special edition live show here at noon on a Friday. We don't do many of these, but this one's important to get in today, so we're going to do that for y'all. Welcome to the program, like I said, and we're here from the All Around Town Radio Studios, live in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. Good to have you with us today. I'm going to get to my special guest right now because we have a lot to talk about today on the show, so let's bring these fellas in if I can, and welcome to the show today. Up there in the top, Mr. John Hughes, right? How you doing, John?
Great, thanks, Scott.
Steve Krakus, how are you, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hi, Steve. Steve's quiet today. All right, David Linda over there, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. And in the bottom center square here on Hollywood Squares today is Dave McCarty. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I almost wish I was at the Krakus party, but you know,
Yeah,
It was too far away.
way too far. It's like half hour, right?
Isn't he by the mall or something? I don't know.
We're all by the mall.
Not close to the mall.
No, not close to the mall at all. Well, welcome, guys. We're here to talk about something very important today, and let's get to it. Our good friend Brian Harris, as many people in the music community are aware, underwent an unbelievable 16-hour brain surgery to remove a non-cancerous, want to make sure we say that, tumor from his brain. And man, I can't even imagine that. I saw the picture of the scar and all that, and man, oh man, what a surgery and what a thing he had to go through, and all the anticipation and making sure that it was not cancerous and all those things just got to be really tough on somebody. And it's a very long road to recovery for him, guys. And we're going to talk about a benefit today that's important because, as all of you know, things aren't cheap. And, you know, medical bills will pile up in a big hurry. And so we're here to help Brian today. And these guys are part of the team who has put together this benefit we're going to talk about. So somebody take it here. Why take on a giant concert music benefit for Brian?
Why not? I mean, he's a buddy.
Yeah.
And, you know, he went through a lot. I mean, Lori went through, I can only imagine what she's had to go through. But, I mean, not that we need an excuse, but what better reason to get together and do what we do, you know, to help a friend.
One of us. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that too. The brotherhood of local music, and it's tight. I mean, there's a community out there of people who always are willing to step up to the challenge and jump in. And you guys have put together a great music lineup for this thing. And while we're doing that, let's you know, if you're watching today, guys, please drop a comment in if you have a question about the event. We'd love to hear from you. But let's talk for a minute about Brian himself. And I know Brian from the times I've dealt with him. He's been willing to step up many times for other people. You know, if somebody needed a fill-in drummer, or, you know, something occurred that, you know, maybe they needed somebody for an extended period of time, somebody was ill in the band or whatever, it seems like he'd jump up and help. So somebody give me some background about how you've known Brian and what kind of stand-up guy he really is.
Yeah, you go first for sure.
I think I've known Brian since the early 2000s. I met him through his brother, Michael. And the funny thing I'll say about Brian, though, real quick, is, you know, when I met Brian had already recorded and played on several people's albums. He played in a I'm not sure what the proper version of metal
It was pretty heavy and
It
pretty
was very, very heavy.
thrash metal, was it?
I don't even know. I don't think it was heavier than that.
Fair enough.
The name of the band would say it all, but I'm trying to think of that.
Decay. but yeah, the band was Decay. Randy Gaines and Brian played, and a couple other folks. But the thing that always struck me funny was that as heavy and hard as a lot of this music that Brian was into was, and all these pictures you would see of Brian, and he'd be giving out that, that metal look, and I would kind of bust his balls a little bit. And I said, Brian, what is this look, man? Because you are as far from that as I can imagine. You're like one of the nicest guys out there, and you put on this metal face, but dude, that is so not you.
Wow.
Yeah, playing in a band called Decay. I mean,
Well, yeah.
on,
Well, I mean, that's not the worst band name that he's
I'm
played.
trying to think of it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we want to even mention
It
that.
might be
No.
people something. I don't know.
Are you talking about the one that he sang in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty nasty name, but that's okay. But Brian would turn around and play or listen to something like that, and the next thing that would come up would be a Bee Gees song or something. I mean, he had the widest taste in music I think I'd ever encountered at that time.
Way
well, it's
higher
all
than I have.
in the metal world. It is.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's the one.
Foul stench. Got it.
Oh, that was the one I was thinking of.
I get a big kick every week when I announce my shows that are playing for the week out there, and I announce the ones at the Hidden Gym. Some of these band names that play at the gym where you guys are going to have this event it's hilarious to read some of them. And Purple Uterus was one the other day. That's interesting, So, yeah, the metal world has great band names, and Brian's been known to be a heavy drummer. He has. I mean, he's played
Very much.
Yet, like you said, Steve, I've seen him sit in with people and he's play that funky music. White boy. I mean, it's just, he can be anywhere. And I'm so glad this was non-cancerous. And I know you guys were too. I think everybody was on the edge of their seat when they heard about this. Like, oh, that sounds really bad. But yet it's still huge, man. It's still a huge surgery and recovery, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all the Mad Hatter folks, we got together and had a kind of a dinner. We hadn't really been in the same room since our last show in October of 23, and we all got together and had dinner with the wives and everything. And so it was look who it is.
Brian's joined us. How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining us today. We're gonna talk about you. We're not gonna pump your tires up too much, though. We want him to be able to come into the event and get in without having to put a garage door in for him to come in.
The door's only so wide, man.
That's right. Who else we got? Judy, thank you so much for checking in. And Tracy Linda in the house. Thank you, Tracy. If you're out there, guys, comment.
It sounds familiar.
She's only making sure David's where he said he was going to be. She's here. Yeah. So Dave McCarty, talk about, I know you and I had a conversation about him one night at Heather's or something. We were chatting, and you've known Brian a long time. So chat about that a little bit.
Yeah, I met Brian very similar to how Steve did through his brother. And then this was back in 2012. We put together Aces High, and actually put it together with another drummer at the time. And I think we did about 2 or 3 rehearsals with the other drummer. And then I hear that, Randy Gaines came over first. And then I hear that Brian had an interest in this. And as soon as I knew that Brian had an interest, I was like, we got to get him in the band. I mean, there's, like everybody said earlier, there's nobody better, nobody more diverse. So he came in, and obviously, the band kind of took off from there. The biggest thing with Brian, as far as playing with him, and I'm sure anybody who's ever jammed with him would attest for this, is his attention to detail. And it's not just in his playing, like what we do is we're not really I don't call us a tribute band because nobody tries to look like anybody. I mean, we're not gonna be able to pull that off, but he put together this drum kit, and he, not only is it cool the way it looks, but he sets it up exactly like Nico McBrain does in Maiden. And any purist drummer, that especially Maiden fan, looks at it and they really, really appreciate it. And we always joke with Brian, that drum kit's become the 6th member of the band. He won't play without it. It doesn't matter how big or how small the stage is. Brian has to have that kit with him. It takes him, I think, 3 hours to set it up and 2 hours to tear it down. So it's a labor of love for him, and that's just another tribute to his attention to detail.
Absolutely. And he's been involved in a lot of bands. I mean, if you look back, you guys talking about the metal stuff early on and all that, but he's been involved in a lot of bands that are helping put this on. So I think I've got a list of some of them here. We're talking about Last Call, Mad Hatter, Aces High, which you just mentioned, Dave, and the Michael Harris Transfusion, to name a few, who are going to be involved in this fundraising event that's going to go on for Brian and his family. So let's get into the event a little bit. If you're just joining us, guys, we're here on a special edition Friday talking about a big event going on at the Hidden Gem Music Club on February the 1st. It's a Sunday. So all you musical folks that don't have any gigs and all the things, you're going to come out and you're going to help and you're going to enjoy and you're going to help give a little bit here, if you will. And let's talk about that event, guys, and what's in store for everybody from 1 p.m. till 8 p.m. on Sunday, February 1st.
A lot of notes. He's playing most of them.
No, you've been involved. You can tell a little bit about it.
They're playing most of them.
You play more notes than everybody.
We're going to start this thing off with the Finding Melissa doing their whatever you acoustic type thing, right? And then we'll move into my Last Call band, which is yacht rockish and kind of mellow and things, just kind of getting things going. Each band's going to play about, I have them set at 45 minutes, but I'm thinking that's going to get cut back to 35 probably just because of the changeovers. But we'll see. You know, some bands might play a little longer, whatever. Then moving, are we doing Iron Maiden third, right?
I think so.
Yeah, the Aces High is going third. Then Mad Hatter. And then we get into the people that really can play. No, sorry. I think we're there at the beginning too. Pretty much everybody. This is like an awesome lineup of bands, and
That's going to be great.
the really nice thing was when I got on the phone, somebody sent me a note saying we need to put this on, and like a month went by and we didn't do anything. And I said, "Oh my God, we're going to run out of time." So in 1 hour, I called all the bands, the venue, the sound guy, you, Scott, and I got a yes from everybody. And Michael Harris said we need a drum riser. I called a sound company. I mean, this was all in one day.
Yeah, you kicked butt.
Yeah, probably like
I remember
literally
that.
like an hour and a half.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
So we've got some other openers too, right? Didn't we say Tsunami is playing sometime
Tsunami
throughout the day?
playing next to the last.
Okay, in the end of the show. Okay, and do we have the Michael Harris Transfusion?
We get to warm up Michael Harris, right?
So Michael Harris Transfusion will be playing as well. And I just want to encourage you, though, if you're coming out, get there early. Get there early and be there for the whole show, because one thing I love is Finding Melissa. And you guys, if you haven't seen them, everybody's going to enjoy their show. It's unique, it's fun, and all that. But you've got a stellar lineup here. And Mad Hatter, Steve, Mad Hatter, coming back from the ashes, so to speak.
Mad Hatter rides again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of rehearsals, and Brian having had the the surgery and the recovery and whatnot. So Doug Drew from DV8 is going to be playing drums, and we've had a couple of rehearsals with Doug, and they just went great. Doug is
he's a pro,
intense pocket drummer. He's just such a groove oriented player that everything sounded really, really, really good. And Ronnie and Kelly are doing great. They both sounded great, and we're thrilled to death with what Doug brought to the table. So it's going to be fun.
Brian wants to know if you're playing any Rush.
No.
Oh man,
there's all kinds of comments.
We figured you guys would be playing some Rush.
But you have a singer. Come on.
Well, you don't have a singer? Nobody's singing in
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
All right. We've got a guest. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
There's a whole lot of people talking in the comments about what year Brian joined what band and all that, Last Call and some of those. And it's some kind of cool stuff to see. Hi, Kevin Cooper. Thanks for joining us today, too. So the benefit, nonstop music all day long. You've got sound production, lighting production. I mean, this is a big event. This is a concert, so to speak, with a lot of moving parts. But the key to the whole thing is to raise some money, right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
So at the door, we're asking people to be generous. Is that the way it looks? Maybe 10, 20, 100 at the door or something like that to help the cause?
Everybody knows, what a dozen eggs cost these days, right? There's been so much talk about it. Well, extrapolate that into brain surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's a lot of eggs.
That's a lot of eggs. So that's a lot of. Yeah. So
Yeah, we can
Big
say
D.
shit ton on here if you want, but
I
yeah,
can?
that's what it is. Yeah.
that's a shit ton of eggs and chickens.
Steve, if you watch my Tuesday show, you
I
can
do.
say about anything you want.
Is there an F-bomb jar or something like that, Scott?
Nobody's
that-
taking that. Nobody's
Yeah.
taking that crown from Karis.
No, we'll try to keep the F bombs out of today, but it happens, and I'm amazed at how well these things come together. I do a lot of these events throughout the year and MC and those kind of things, and I'm going to be there to help MC this show. But
Nice.
I see these things happening all over the community, and people just come together. There's a lot of love in the music community, and I think that's just so cool. And you guys, like David said, look, in a day, man, he's making phone calls. You got bands, you got production, you got all this, because people are willing to step up and give back. And that's what we're going to do that day. And we're going to try to make a lot of money. And to make a lot of money, y'all that are there got to be generous. You got to help out a little bit. So, don't buy that super mocha latte that week and throw that money in the pot or something. That's what we're looking for here. So let's pick apart the bands a little bit. Different styles. Finding Melissa, two vocal harmonists between Missy and Stephanie, who are just great. Kenny on guitar. It's a great group. And then let's talk about some of the other folks who are going to be playing in their style of music that you'll be able to hear that day, because it's a wide variety here.
Well, after Finding Melissa, it's harmony time.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You're back.
Hey,
You left me for a second.
well, we're
Dave
at the
wanted to
bottom
be
now,
up.
Dave.
Dave wanted to be on top. There he is. All right.
We like to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I like being demoted. I don't know.
So Finding Melissa, harmonies there. Last Call. Man, I get my yacht rock on that day. I love my Last Call boys. They do a great job.
There's
And
some
that-
singers in that band, right?
Yeah, it's deep sing wise. It's you got Chris Reynolds, you got David over there with some pitch perfect harmonies, and gosh, who else we got in that band? Kelly.
Evan sings a little bit, right?
Evan and Chris are so good. I feel like I really can't sing. So they taught me.
This guy.
And Evan's a great guy too. I mean, that's a well-rounded band, and that's going to be so much fun. And then Aces High take the stage, and
That's a whole nother
Dave.
topic.
The lid's coming off the box.
Well, I'm glad to hear that Mad Hatter's practicing, because we haven't rehearsed yet for this. We were supposed to rehearse this Sunday, and obviously that's going to get canceled, with the weather coming in. But I mean, the big thing is the guest drummers that are coming in. Steve mentioned Doug. We actually got Travis Hanna playing with us.
Beast.
Yeah, absolute great drummer. We're going to actually rehearse the day before the show. So either it's going to go really, really good, or, no, I mean, we're not worried about him at all. I mean, anybody that knows Travis knows he's a pro.
Travis will have he'll have it in the bag, man.
Absolutely. And then, John, you guys are getting Henry Bowman, right?
Yeah, Henry Bowman is for the transfusion is hitting with
Yeah.
us. Who also plays
So-
with Highway. I forget what's the name. That band. Sorry.
So, no, but it's crazy, though. I mean, Brian's got to sit back and watch all these guys try to play his parts.
Right.
And Brian wouldn't critique anybody, would he? I don't think he would do that.
No, he's here. He might talk, in a band meeting later or something, but no, he would not do that publicly, and he would do it really, really in a sweet manner too. He doesn't have a bad bone.
No, not even close. Not even close.
No.
Matter of fact, we were talking yesterday about Travis, doing the Aces High thing, and Brian's looking forward to seeing what he can do for it. So,
I can
Well,
tell you firsthand, Travis is killer. Travis is a drummer in Can Halen. We'll be doing that a few days before this benefit, and every time I've ever gotten a chance to play with Travis, it's just been
He's remarkable.
Yeah, he's killer.
So good. So then we've got Mad Hatter, right? After Aces High, Mad Hatter's going to be joining us on the stage. And, Steve, I go back with Mad Hatter a long way. And in fact, he played a birthday party for me once at JD Legends. So that was years ago. And I love Mad Hatter. And you're going to be doing the same thing you did back in those days?
Yeah, we're bringing out, I guess what you would call. We always considered the crowd staples of what we played. We're going to bring that stuff out, and I can tell you that Ronnie sounds phenomenal. Kelly sounds great. It really felt like we never even stopped.
That's so cool. I mean, I love that you're coming back and doing that, and you ought to. I mean, you ought to for Brian because he was with you a long time.
Yeah, and Doug really helped with that. Doug showed up, and like I was saying about Travis, Doug showed up like a pro, knew all the songs, and we just went right through them one after the other.
Adam or Mike's asking on here, is Kelly going to be playing the full set?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Del McFarland. Thank you for dropping in.
Hey, Del.
Perfect. So yeah, guys, let's talk again about the event. Sunday, February 1st, 1 to 8 p.m. at the Hidden Gym. If you're not aware, if you're watching the show today and you're thinking, I want to go to this, but I don't know where that place is, that's why it's called the Hidden Gym. It sits in the back of a shopping plaza. So trust your GPS. If you put it in, it'll get you there. But it's in the back, so you don't see a lot of signage. You don't see a lot, but it's a big club with a big stage and holds a bunch of people. And I think we can fill that thing on that Sunday, hopefully, if Mother Nature leaves us alone, and fill the room. And we're asking for money at the door. Certainly, whatever you feel comfortable with giving. But there's going to be other things going on too, like raffles, auction items, split the pots, all that, the usual stuff. But you got some really unique items that I've seen in the background here on the thread between everybody running the thing. Some very unique items that are going to be available for auction there. Does anybody want to talk about some of that, or anybody know anything about that?
I don't really know. Tons of stuff being donated from all different people. And one of the requests out there, if anybody's listening to this, if anyone has anything to donate and put on a table, it's going to be auctioned. Everything that's left there at the end is going to go to Brian. They can put it on Marketplace or whatever they want to do, eBay it, whatever. And so anything,
of value.
Don't bring anything worth nothing. We'll probably have a minimum on each thing and that kind of thing.
Don't clean out the garage,
on
people.
something and we can lay there if you don't want it and just donate the money, whatever you want to do. Also at the door, you don't have to give a dime. You're allowed to walk in. I probably personally wouldn't, but you can, and maybe save your money for the auction, whatever. But whatever, just to put it out there, there is no requirement that you pay to get into this.
Well, and there are people out there that struggle with financial issues and all that. And if you want to come to this event and you don't have a lot of money to give, maybe you give a little time. It doesn't cost anything to give your time and help a little bit, sell a raffle ticket or two, or walk around and sell split the pots. I'm sure there'll be jobs for all kinds of people that day. It always takes a big village to run one of these events. And that might be a nice thing as well. So the venue, let's talk about the Hidden Gym just for a minute. We got a few minutes left. How many of you have played at the gym? Everybody?
Steve, you and I played there when it was the Liquid Room, didn't we?
Yeah. I haven't played there since it's under the new ownership. But yeah, Dave and I played together at the Liquid Room several times when we were both playing in 5-Story Plunge.
There you go.
Way back in the day.
Well, how many names has that place had over the years?
Pulsations.
Pulsations, yeah. It was a dance club for a long time.
Yeah. It's directly behind Submarine House. You might want to mention that.
Yeah.
Yes, good
Not
point.
only is it hidden, but it's directly behind. So if you can find Submarine House, which you can on 725, go behind it.
Across the street from Bargo's.
Yeah,
Right, just east of the Dayton Mall.
John, you just described that. It's not so hidden anymore, right? You have to describe it that way.
Right. Well, we want people to get there. There were like
Right.
There were 168 on Facebook going and 500 some interested. So
That's good.
And that's
I think
just
it's gonna be
Facebook.
big. And that was the other day. So
Yeah, that's
we
good.
were thinking about having to get a bigger boat, but obviously that's not the case. We're going to be like, hopefully they spread it out and filter in and out and whatnot.
They're all there at once. It rocks.
Exactly. Fire Marshal Bill shows up.
I think it was. I think it was Arthur's. Tracy said, wasn't it Arthur's at one time? I think it might have been.
Yeah.
As well.
Arthur's.
Yeah.
I mean, you were never in there, by the way.
You have cheated.
So Brian said he played there with Last Call as the Liquid Room. There you go. So it is behind the Submarine House, located east on 725 from 75. And it's between the city of Centerville and Miami Township there where the Dayton Mall is and all that. You can't miss the Submarine House there in the plaza. There's plenty of parking, well lit. It's a safe place to go. The Hidden Gem is a wonderful club too, and what I love about them is they help showcase local talent and showcase original bands, which there's not a lot of those out there. So they're taking the chance on originals sometimes. So we got to give them props, and it's one of those venues we want to keep rolling because they're building the future.
Yeah, the owner Tony's super great guy. I think his dad owned second time around. So was that not a staple for all of us growing up? So he's into music, supports the music. Just shout to Tony. He's a super great guy.
All right, what else we want to talk about today, fellas? Besides pumping up Brian a little bit here, still he's on here making comments. So.
Well, you have shows this weekend?
I have one with Barely Able, the other band I play in at where are we playing? The place that I love this place, Kings Point Pub, but it's probably going to cancel due to
Saturday night, is it?
Saturday night,
Yeah, it's not happening.
And,
DVA's playing Naughty Pine Saturday night, but we're going there unless we're told we're not allowed to go there. So
right,
Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Anybody else playing this weekend?
I'm in Cincinnati tonight and the phone booth tomorrow.
There you go.
Club, I think we're a club trio. Does that sound right?
To the phone booth.
Yeah, with Half-Life.
Yeah, we're there tonight, and then we're at the phone booth, weather willing, I guess tomorrow.
There are 4 bands.
I'm closer to home than you are, Steve.
What's that?
So I'm closer to home tomorrow night than you are if the shows are still on.
I don't even notice the drive anymore. I really don't.
And
You get used to that stuff.
I stay off 75 at all costs.
Yeah.
So if I can get there by 275, even if it adds 15 minutes to the route, that's the way I'm going.
You're going,
71 or 75 to 275. 75 south of 275 is just no thanks.
I didn't mean to start a traffic podcast.
I know, yeah.
Local late breaking traffic here,
What's
ladies
the
and
traffic going
gents.
to be like today at 3 o'clock?
So let's end this thing with a little bit of love here. Let's talk about the love for Brian and why we're doing this event, guys. Again, if anybody has anything else to share there about it, please jump in. I'd love to hear from you.
Well, I know when I first heard about it, it was actually Aaron Thomas, was in initial conversations with Dave, Linda. And, and Dave, you were very instrumental in getting this together. I can't thank you enough. And I know Brian can't either. I just think it's great that so many people care about Brian. At least at this point, everybody's saying they're going to be there. It's a testament to who he is, and just everybody, like you mentioned earlier, coming out and supporting him and supporting the local music in order to be able to raise money for this cause. I think is just great.
Yeah.
by the way, there were we could have had 50 bands. I originally sat down and wrote down probably 15, and I was like hell bent. I'm going to have Half-Life, Spongeworthy, whatever. And anybody you've ever heard of that plays around here that we're close with.
Yes.
And then I was told very quickly by this guy here and a few other people, you can't have 15 bands.
No,
it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Nightmare.
We can't do that.
As much as we would love to.
Yeah. So I just want all the other bands to know everybody was gonna be invited. So this wasn't like some kind of club or something. Just people that Brian has played with.
Yeah, which I think is really cool. I mean, I think that's the way you should have done it. It's bring in the bands that he's been a part of or been involved with, and those other guys will all show up and help. And that's their thing too. Exactly. There's so many great local bands, and like you said, 15's a little lofty goal. The production guys may have issue with that. I just got to say.
I was looking at big draw bands and all sorts of stuff.
Hats off to. I think it's. Dave, your band Half-Life. This is who's doing production for us.
Yeah, the guys that work with us, they're coming in and doing it. It's Scott Paul, and then we got a couple other guys that help with stage and lights and stuff like that.
Amazing sound guy, by the way.
Video too, right?
Yeah, Scott's. We really lucked out connecting with Scott. I know Scott's worked with Linda and Barely Able a couple times, and he's a pro. He's a pro's pro.
Yeah, he's outstanding. I've heard him mix many times, and he makes it happen. So it'll be a great day with production, great day with lighting, great day with the music, a variety of music. That's the cool part too. If there'll be something for everybody.
It's kind of a cool lineup, isn't it?
It is.
I'd pay to see it.
Yeah, it's great. And, like Steve said earlier, what cost of eggs are and all that. I mean, $10 at the door or $20 at the door, that's nothing. Just drop it in the bucket and help and be part of this. And let's see if we can raise some great money for Brian. Brian just made a comment here. Let me get it popped up on the screen. Look forward to seeing people I know and meeting people I don't know. I can't express how much gratitude I have for all involved in attending. Thank you, Brian. And, we're happy to be there to help and do all those things. And here's another testament to Brian from Henry. Thank you. We'll pop that one up, Henry. Thank you. And guys, I can't thank you enough for coming on a Friday. I know we had a little trouble fitting this one in. That's why we're doing the special edition. It's not our normal Wednesday with the band thing, but it is. It's wonderful to have you here and talking about this. I look forward to working with you on that day, and we're going to make some money. And just remember, people, when we're asking you to dip into your wallet that day for some raffles and things, try to help out. It's most important that they're not stuck at the end of the day with all these raffle items they have to deal with and try to sell later and all those. There's a lot of people donating to this. So, put a bid in on it and buy it. It's just the part of the fundraising fund there and having a good time. Anything else you guys want to share?
Yeah, Scott, I could probably speak for the guys. Thanks so much for everything you do and for having us today. And I know Brian really appreciates it as well. And we just look forward to seeing everybody next weekend.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a
Get your
great
Brian Harris roast jokes together.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna do some of that too. All right. Well, let me recap it real quick, guys. The event, Sunday, February 1st, the Brian Harris Recovery Benefit, 1 to 8 p.m. at the Hidden Gym. Looking for donations at the door, and there'll be raffles, auction items, split the pot, a huge lineup of local musical artists, and it's all going on Sunday, February 1st. So thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you being here.
Scott, one last thing.
Hit it.
Let's send some love out to Lori and Brian's kids who went through a hell of a lot, and especially for them keeping us informed while Brian was going through it. They put a Facebook group together, and they kept everybody in the loop of what was happening. And it was a real roller coaster ride there for a while in the first week or so of Brian's post-op. So for real, shout out to Lori and
there's a lot of people that get irritated with social media, but that is an example of the good of social media, because you had a page. It wasn't 1,000 people calling them all week saying, tell me the update. They could just post an update and people could go to it and see it. And that's the positivity of some social media stuff as well. So
we all went through it with Brian, but they were right there. So
that surgery went on 4 or 5 hours longer than it was supposed to.
It was fun. But now we can say it's no longer a tumor.
Right.
How did I know you'd get that in, Steve? How did I know? Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on February 1st. February 1st, Hidden Gym. Be there. You don't have anything to do that day. Come out. We'll have a great time. Thanks for being with me, guys. We'll see you soon.
We're gonna rock and roll.
All right, and the Sholies that are on here listening, you guys are volunteers to help with all this stuff. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, they've been throwing in there. They're willing to help. So there you go.
Great. Yeah, I knew that. So everything's good. And you can come as early as 8 a.m. if you're part of the crew.
Is that we've been on the air too long, Alarm Steve?
No, that's my wife telling me I'm too cheesy to be on the air with you.
I keep expecting my wife to say, you look
cool. Julie knows you best, Steve. Julie knows you best.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you all soon, guys. We'll be back with you on Monday with our weekend update. We'll give you Snowmageddon on Monday. February 1st. Be there. Hidden Gym with all these characters. Join us.
I think we're still on.
Then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man
on video and podcast. But I watched you guys do this. have no idea.
For the community, with great advice, I know who I should go.
Well, I'm getting up.